stream, going to record as a backup, and I will send out a reminder right now. I didn't get a chance to do that earlier.
Okay.
Some people may not remember that we're starting this week. So you're good. You're going. It's live.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sanitation and Environmental Protection Committee meeting, Tuesday, September 5th. We have in attendance tonight.
7 p.m.
It's 7 p.m. and meeting is called to order. I'm Avril Francis. We have Roger. I'll let everyone introduce themselves.
Yes,
Let's
you
do it
should
this
do
way.
that, yes.
Roger McCrossan, co-chair.
Julie Campbell, board member.
Well, Malcolm Gray, Sergeant of Arms.
Cynthia Rodriguez, board member, not committee member, just visiting tonight.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Christine.
Christine Culpepper, just another board member visiting.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you so much. So tonight, I'm going to turn it over to Roger.
Okay. So I was organizing the minutes from the past meetings, but I don't have a template as of yet, but I'm working on that, and so it's my responsibility. And if there's any one online that has any topics that they want to talk about this year,
Do we have anyone online? I could see. Yeah.
Diana Finch.
Yes. Okay, everyone is muted, but when they're ready to speak, we will unmute. We have a review of the minutes. We went over that. Can everyone hear me? Am I
Yes.
talking loud enough? I know Diana will tell me. So, Roger, anything that we have? So,
Actually, one of the ones that we had in the March meeting about the flooding along the roadway. Diana Finch informed me that that was taken care of, not by DEP, but another department. They came and they redid the whole curb line. So
okay.
some good news.
Yeah, that's something positive that came out of our last meeting. So I know tonight we're not going to be a long meeting unless we have anyone who join us who could tell us anything that we don't have here in front of us. So
I don't know if you guys want to touch base on the new sanitation rules for like businesses with the covering of
The bins?
Yeah, I don't know if that's something you guys want to touch base on or.
to see how we feel about it, because we need bins. So can we hear? You don't want to do this? Let's see. Come on, sit.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's your name to that?
And she will sit with us. Yes.
Okay. What I want to ask Avril is about the time of putting out garbage for sanitation. I think the 8 o'clock time at 8 p.m. I think it's very ridiculous, because some people who go to work and come in and have to go and cook and things like that, when they come in, they could have put out the garbage before they go inside the house. Now they have to go in, cook, and do what they have to do and come back out to put out the garbage. I think the time they're asking for the garbage to go out, I think it's too late. Hello?
The time for 8 o'clock.
Hello?
Yes.
Because when time change, when we have our time change,
Yes, the board.
how would that
yes, the board
affect
has-
us? You know, especially the seniors who have to put
Okay.
garbage
all
out
right, bye-bye.
late at night.
Really dark.
But I've drive around, but is it for every place? Sometimes I
Yes.
wonder, because
Yes.
when I look at sanitation and I look at some sidewalks, the garbage are out early.
Yes, but a lot of people get tickets for it.
Yeah, and a lot of people may not be so much aware. I wonder if they're not aware.
Some people are not aware of it.
Yeah, some people are not aware of the time change. So what can we do to get the information out there to people in the community who is not aware, like landlords or homeowners, so they could put it maybe in their buildings or what, that garbage should not be placed out before a certain time.
Yeah, but what I'm complaining about is 8 o'clock at night.
It's too late.
Some of these elderly people who is scared to come out of the house and have to come out 8 o'clock to put out garbage. I don't think it's fair. Hey, Malcolm, what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I'm dealing with this all summer.
Mhm.
I mean, it's really not much. I mean, it comes from sanitation, it comes from the head, so they're just gonna do it that way. I know there are new rules coming out, you know, with the bins, having to have the bins out front, everything has to be containerized. It's I mean, you guys could definitely bring in sanitation, you know, have a meeting with them, to and then invite the community to ask questions. You guys can have a town hall the next meeting, to get more issues to the forefront to see like, you know, what everybody's dealing with, or just bring the agencies in to talk, you know, and to figure out, you know, how best can we distribute the information and get everybody
On board.
Yeah.
I like that idea of having a town hall
Yeah.
and bringing in
Yes.
sanitation department reps to discuss like what are the new changes and you know, also to voice our concerns, right? I think after the summer, a lot of the parks, I know Diana Finch is on here. She left?
Yeah.
A lot of the parks, the greenways and all of that, Pelham Parkway, probably have suffered a lot from all the barbecuing and all the, you know, stuff that has been going on. And I know that at some point she discussed that she wanted to do a cleanup of one of the parks. So she's not there right now. Oh,
No, she's not there.
Yeah. I mean, I think it might be best to bring in sanitation and have a town hall with them.
Mhm.
Just get a wide range of issues that the
Yeah.
community is dealing with. Because it's not only that, you know, the some of the business owners are struggling to adjust. You know, I know Friends of Pelham Parkway regularly posts about their issues in regards to the Friends of Pelham
Friends.
Parkway, in regards to the issues on the Pelham
who's
Parkway.
that?
Friends of Pelham Parkway.
Never heard of them.
You never heard of them?
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Well, they're over on Palm Parkway, but you know they routinely, you know, post about issues in regards to sanitation with the businesses there.
Yeah.
And a lot of businesses, I'm aware, are not, you know, aware of the new set out times, the containerization laws, you know, and sooner or later sanitation should be going around fining. I think at the end of this week, about the 8th is when that starts. So
8 o'clock.
8
8 p.m.
Yeah, so you know, so it's might be best to bring in sanitation to have a town hall to, you know, figure out, you know, what it is people are dealing with and how we can address it.
You don't think sanitation should, you have to change the law, like the business owners and things like that, they should go around and put out flyers to let them know the changes of the time.
They should. I mean, I could tell you from my experience, it's been, for example, the CBOs in the communities, and
Yeah.
like the bids, for example, were the ones that were put in charge of informing businesses about these things. I'm not too sure if anyone went out to residential areas. Maybe sanitation sent out mailers to everyone informing us. I don't recall getting a mailer. Did you get a mailer?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't recall getting a mailer personally. But you know, information can be dispersed.
I think they're lacking information. I think that's what happened.
So the bins are being provided by the city?
No,
you have to
you have to
You have
buy it.
to purchase specific bins?
Yes.
With not just any bin?
Yeah.
With covers.
I don't
And
think-
does that include apartment buildings as well, or is it just private
No,
home ownership?
apartment too. They have
Everything.
to have the big bills.
Everybody.
There's gonna be a lot of bins there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think
Ding dong.
I have a visitor.
Who's that?
A
How
visitor.
do they manage to come up with this without even a town hall meeting where the community is aware of what's coming, the changes? You know, I mean,
From what I'm aware, there were meetings in other areas.
She came in.
Yes, I think so.
There were other meetings, like there were town halls that were had, stuff like that. But like, you know, it's really just about are we getting information for us to go to those things. But you know, I know some communities were looking into like city bins, the use of city bins and containerization programs. Like, what was it? I think they have the clean curbs program, which rolled out. throughout the city, parts of the city. So that's things that we could definitely discuss with sanitation and figure out how can we make things a little bit better for our area.
Okay. We have someone join us.
Hi, yes, my name is Afria Fullwood. I live at 3237 Herring Avenue, which is at the entrance of Boston and Gun Hill Road. I share a fence with the Royal Coach Diner, and it's becoming inhabitable.
Which diner is that?
Royal
Coach.
Royal Coach.
You share.
You share a fence?
Fence.
I
Yeah.
share a fence with them.
Okay.
Yes, I've directed a lot of my concerns to Mr. Campbell here, and he's encouraged me to be a little bit more involved, and I see that something has to happen. 2 houses are being sold on our block. These are people who have lived on that block since 1964, such as my parents. I've lived in and out most recently since 1987, and it's just gotten ridiculous. Is the best way to describe it. Really
Wow.
ridiculous.
What are the issues? Is it noise? Is it trash? Is it?
You know, having lived there since 1964, I guess I had a vision of what it was like when people didn't park cars that obviously are coming from the repair shop on the corner, all banged up. They don't have the necessary plates. The Royal Coach Diner, horrible neighbor. They don't shovel snow in the wintertime. I would say that people have to walk
In the street.
1,000. What's the distance? I would say that it's not quite as long as Colden is from the corner to here, but a substantial distance with the snow unshoveled. It's not until they get to my house, which is the first house, 3237, that they're able to even come in and walk on the sidewalk. Recently, I had to ask a sanitation supervisor to please come and pick up. I'm a little concerned about rats, and this was the biggest rat I had ever seen that had died on my property. I wanted to water the flowers, but I didn't even want to walk on the side of my house because of the size of the rat. And I think it was Mr. Nieves. He was really thoughtful enough to come and pick up the rat. There has been, raccoons, opossum that come from that. Yes, definitely you can smell the skunks that come from that yard, which adjoins the house. They have some kind of disco going on somewhere on like Yates Avenue, where they're listening to music until like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Boston Road. I don't understand how the police department can possibly allow all of these mechanics to have their limbs out in the roadway
One lane that's
while they're fixing.
from the bus
Let me
stop.
find out here.
From
It's
the bus stop.
everything that we're discussing
That's
relating
Ward 12.
to sanitation.
So that's
So we can probably find a way to maybe
And
have
Bus Road
your
and Gunny.
information sent over to Jeremy, so Jeremy can look into. We can even speak to you one-on-one and see how we can move forward to have your complaint sent over to Jeremy here and look into it to see exactly where things are fitting in, because we have to make sure that everything falls under sanitation.
Well, it's
But
sanitation
if,
and environmental.
Yes, so we just
So for sure the snow
rats and-
issues,
the
the rats,
snow.
that's all that's
Yeah.
all
The
sanitation stuff.
opossum, you don't cut the grass if the grass
You're going
gets
to
to
have
be
those-
over,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
foot tall, you're gonna have, rodents because it's already a
Yes.
restaurant.
Yeah.
So you would expect that, okay, this is a restaurant, they're gonna have a garbage dump. And they do appear to have, a receptacle that you wouldn't think that the rats or the animals would be able to get into. But because they don't cut the grass and they don't clean the yard, it is problematic.
Are
And
those
I'm
empty?
sorry.
Are those vacant properties?
I'm trying to
No.
find out.
Yes, it's a
why
vacant
the
lot.
porch.
No.
It's
Well,
an open.
No, you know what it actually is? It is that I think when my parents were alive in 1960, when they bought the house in 1964, the Royal Coach Diner wanted to extend the parking lot up to the fence on Herring Avenue. but Herring Avenue is clearly a residential street. So the lot belongs to the owner of the diner.
Yes.
The people who are in the diners are lessees.
Yes.
So they feel their obligation stops at the diner, not realizing that this large area, I mean, it's probably enough to fit, I'd say 2-3 family houses in that lotted area. So they, I guess because they couldn't bring the cars all the way up to the Herring Avenue, they just ignored the lot. I mean, it is fenced in, but I mean,
So
it is just.
instead of using Jeremy, what I want to let's suggest maybe the sanitation committee, what you guys could do is reach out to the coach diner, bring in.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
What
find out from Jeremy.
They're the lessee. You see, that's the problem. It's
Right.
the owner who has the obligation to make sure that the lessee or they themselves are responsible for cleaning 18 inches into the
what
street.
Do you know the owner's name?
Yes, I know the owner.
He's a very polite person to talk to. He's not
Yeah.
someone difficult to talk to. So if I will speak with Jeremy if I could sit down and have
The owner is
something.
not that. No, he's not pleasant.
What I'm saying to you is somebody that I don't have a problem speaking to.
We're from the Royal Coach.
Royal
They're
Coach.
not the owner.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know who you.
What
spoke
I'm
to.
saying to you, I will speak
Maybe
to Jeremy.
Angel.
I will have.
Or
We could arrange this because if there's a problem, the owner has to get involved.
Yes, but listen,
So
before you go any further, this is what I'm saying. I have approached the owner. I have set sanitation on that lot. She can tell you if I don't do it, I am the one what really going out there and really pushing for it.
Yeah.
Sanitation start to give them tickets, and she was surprised this week to see
I was shocked.
they came in and they cut the lot twice now. I was away in Jamaica and I leave a message to the owner of Royal Coach that I will not stop until he do the right thing. When I was in Jamaica, he came and cleaned up the lot. Very nice. When I came back, he come and clean it up again. And last week he came and cleaned the lot again. So you see, I'm going out there and really attacking this guy. This guy
don't attack.
This guy not even want to see me. When I say
It's
attack,
on.
I call him on the phone and he is by the motel and so I know exactly where he's at.
Right.
So I go there and knock his window and said, remember now, I don't want to hurt your business or anything like that. But you have to clean that lot.
When he talks, they hit the wall. You have to
So it
Yes.
seems like the lot looks clean,
No, it's
but
clean
there is
now.
It's clean.
a problem outside of the lot that
Well,
we
you know,
Not now.
well, this is the first time that
Yeah.
I've ever seen them actually clean the strip of grass that abuts
On
the
the
street.
sidewalk. Yeah.
You know, because of the number of complaints that have been made about the lot. Yes, he did clean the lot. But oftentimes my property stops at the fence of
yes.
the World Coach
Mhm.
Diner. I will go all the way up to the fire hydrant because I don't want people to come to my house and see.
And
Now,
this-
he's not in control of people who sit in their car, eat
And throw the
McDonald's and
garbage.
throw the garbage on the street. I'm not saying that's his responsibility. But it is his responsibility, like it is for all owners when you open a business, to come outside and within an hour clean up the area that you're responsible for. And this is the first time that I've ever seen them
She was
go to
shocked.
with not only the lot, but it's also a grassy area that abuts the
The clean,
street.
yeah.
Right.
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 But they don't, that's
They don't
what,
touch
you,
it.
anything on the other side of the fence, I don't ever see them do anything. This is the first weekend that I've ever, and I think I called you. I said, I cannot believe that they're actually
And I said,
cutting
what
the
did I say?
grass.
So, so when the complaints were made, Junior, where were the complaints being made to 311 or just
I
personally
go to
going there
311. I told
constantly?
Jeremy too,
Gotcha.
and Jeremy get to sanitation. And also,
Okay.
I go by the guy office
Okay.
And you talk to him.
and I talk to him. Just like, I'm just showing you instant now. A guy one morning get up when they building that poured up on Boston Road there, that car place.
Right.
6 o'clock, I was in my bed and I hear boom, 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 boom. I get up in my pajama. I put on my slippers and I go up to the guy. I said, could I see your permit? And he looking at me. I said, that's public information. I need to see it. And the guy kind of back off because what I said to him, he know what I was saying was right. I said, what time does your permit states that you're supposed to start work?
Right.
And he said, I said, call your boss because you're not going to work here this morning.
Right.
And he looked at me and he want to find out what I said, that's not relevant. Don't find out who I am.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing is not right.
Right.
Yeah.
And he cut off the machine. So you see, if you let people just come in and do what they like,
Yeah.
In the community.
Absolutely right.
Well,
you're
it's-
not going to get
you know,
nothing done.
I mean, I feel I have called 311. I actually was the author of a petition that really, I think, started the serious deterioration of Herring Avenue. And that was when, during COVID, the Royal Coach Diner used the parking lot as a comedy club. My sister was alive at that time. She's since
She
died.
was,
But if you could hear the loud music on these giant speakers, and people were supposed to be in their cars listening to the radio station
yes,
and then beeping when they applaud.
yes.
But what has happened is that people from the community, many of them homeless people, kind of discovered that, oh, there's this place where you can sit. So we now have people who literally come and sit on the fence, stay there. I mean, they're homeless people, I imagine. We have people sleeping in their cars. We have people, my daughters have said they've seen people sitting in their cars shooting up drugs.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's really kind of put our block on the map. It used to be that the hill was so high when you came past Martin Paint Store, you couldn't see the other side of Herring Avenue when you came down.
Right.
They leveled that street. Still quiet street, nobody knew it was there. But that part, having that party in the parking lot, it has really changed the entire tenure of the area and really made it just.
Are people doing that stuff still in the parking lot? And they shooting up,
No,
hanging out in
they're
the parking lot?
No,
Well, I think the general problem is that part of it is beyond the control of this board. The city is dealing with it.
Right.
There are a lot of people don't have a place to live.
Mhm.
You can now find people defecating on that strip of land outside of the fence. The cars, it's very difficult for us to park on this block.
Right.
Of course, they've increased the number of houses that are there.
You have a lot of
But you
abandoned
also
cars.
have
Abandoned cars.
the auto body shop.
Right.
They bring the cars. They can't have a place to park. They park these disabled cars. Half of them don't have plates.
Or
you know,
illegal plates.
So I have called 311. I have circulated a petition and submitted it to the board, the city council, several different groups really complaining about, this is just.
Have you spoken to the city council person?
I actually do a legal clinic for Riley.
Okay.
I'm an attorney. I do a family law clinic for him, and I
Awesome.
have mentioned to him like some of the challenges, but
Right.
Like
You
I
don't
said,
know.
it's just gotten just the whole area. I mean, the number of people who are working on cars on Boston Road near
forget
the
It's a
auto
nightmare.
zone.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I have to say I've lived in New York
Autism.
most of my life. I have never seen people working on cars with their legs in the middle of,
They
hanging
take
out into the
one
street.
lane up.
Okay.
So it's only one lane for the bus to go through.
It's just gotten.
And they are on the bus stop.
They're
I
washing,
can't,
they're fixing.
yes, I
Everything
can't
goes on.
understand.
The last time we had a
The city
meeting,
is
we
gone.
discussed it, and I was told that they gave permits to wash cars.
Oh, to the people who
Oh,
are
but
out
that's
there.
different. The repair,
Yeah,
the
so-
repair people is different. Like,
Yeah,
they're not
so it's who is
places
not
to-
washing, is fixing, but
And all the
everything.
Oil, listen,
That's what I was
On
gonna
the
say.
oil,
Pressing
you're
the
slipping
brakes.
and sliding
all
with
the
your
oil
sneakers.
from those cars, what they're fixing in the street,
Right.
shouldn't be.
No, they shouldn't be taking up. a
You know how
lane
much
for
time I've called
sure.
up 311?
Yeah.
So
They're on the bus stop where the bus stop doing repair with the cars.
right.
Cover card.
It's
I
ridiculous.
left the card in the
Okay.
car, but I will definitely make sure that
Maybe-
you guys have my contact.
Maybe in
information.
terms of some practice steps, maybe we can get the NCOs. I'm pretty sure like we have guidelines as to how
You
things can be
see,
done.
our NCO for the 49th
Right.
is not for the 49th, it's for the 47th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gun Hill Road split,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's another
Yes.
problem.
split
Yes.
board 11 and
Yes.
board 12.
Yeah.
Yes.
Over where AutoZone is board 12.
Right.
That's why I
problems.
cannot really fight it the way I would be on
Right.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
If it was over in board 11,
Yeah.
We-
That's,
I could do
unless-
more.
Unless we reach out to board 12 also and make a
You could
collaboration.
work together.
But I don't think board
Yeah.
12 do.
well, I would be
I don't
more
think
than
they are
happy.
effective board. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I do have some friends there because I previously run for civil court.
Have you
on
spoken to George or
district.
anyone?
Yeah, I definitely think that that's a conversation that needs to be had because somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
It's
Somebody
bad.
is
It's
going to
bad.
get hurt with their
Sometimes
legs
the
out
bus
in the
can hardly
street.
get through.
Yeah,
That-
someone's
that-
going to get hurt.
That area should be walked by us, board 12, and somebody from the city council and our NCOs. That's
You know how much time I reported it to our councilman Riley?
Mhm.
And he promised me that they're going to change the zoning on Boston Road, the roadway, that they have a lane for bus and one for just traffic. That's what he told me.
Let's see.
And I haven't seen anything done. Because I call his office so often, maybe he think I'm a pest.
So maybe we should write a letter
Yeah.
But even my black,
to both
Christine.
councilpersons.
they drive down that block like it's
Oh, yeah.
on the 95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
That's
2 years now. I even get petition. She signed it
Speed bumps.
Yeah.
and send it to the councilman. And there's nothing for speed bump. There's nothing being done. So I don't know what job they're doing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mental health is real. We have a young man. My sister said that he smoked K too. I have no idea what the man
Right.
smokes, but he obviously has some very serious problems with a muffler.
Yes, you have a car. The
That's-
muffler, when they started and you're in your bed, you have to hold your ears.
Yeah.
Young
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I see that they're now using Boston Road as drag racing.
Yes.
I have never, all the time that I've lived there, I've never.
From
I
birth to
experienced
age.
it. I thought it was the most, when I say not fascinating in a good way, but I literally stood there and watched it and enjoy what it is to do cars.
Crazy.
And they flip the car up in
Yes.
such ways and come down and flip around, spin around.
Supposed to
I've never
spin out
seen
into
that
somebody.
in a place
Yeah.
like right there. They do it right there when you come Boston Road by Royal Coach.
Yes.
Stop right there.
From Royal
That's where they
Coach to
spin.
Burke Avenue.
I don't
Yes.
know. Most of our complaints, if they're going on deaf ears,
They
because
are.
I think that the same people we're complaining to is driving in our community and driving through our blocks, and So
I
not
think
like-
it's multiple groups of people doing the same thing, young
Yes.
people.
100%.
Yeah, because
it's a
up
young thing,
over
yeah.
here in
Yeah.
Lincoln Village, right, we have the same complaints
Yeah, I
about.
think that that's a
Yes.
new
In
thing.
Jersey, we do it
Having,
too.
I
it's
mean,
just
I
like
don't-
getting the bikes.
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
bikes is becoming a big issue and a concern now. When you
What they should
when
do, lock them up. When they catch them and lock them, how can you ride a bike without insurance? So you're running somebody brand new car or knock on somebody in the street. What happened? What the parents are, oh, he's a good kid. I'm sorry.
So wait, did you say that there's now a permit for all of these car wash
Some of
people?
the car washes,
Yeah.
there's
But they're using city water out of the
well,
hydrants.
the permit is like you have to have self-contained water. That's something that.
Oh, I've never seen
And
self-contained
I know.
water.
I know.
Yeah. They had,
But-
I don't know how they have a generator, but I mean, they
No.
literally had generators
Roger, I
that
don't know.
attached-
Because they use the hydrant.
Yeah, attached to the
I don't
I've seen
know.
that.
The
I've
one
seen
by
that both
BP.
ways. Yeah.
A guy is their cars pull up and they use the hydrant and wash the car.
Maybe it's where you at, Roger, but maybe
That's what
some
I'm talking
communities is just ridiculous. I literally passed through a block. It's coming through. It's coming from not Royal Coach, but more the block.
Yates. It's Yates Avenue.
Okay, that's it. And when you
Yes.
come down there in the corner, you could just stay right there and enjoy a good car wash for free. The water is wasting, and I'm wondering. There
You
was
know
a
how
time
much
we were
time
concerned
I
about
thought about
fires
that
and
hydrant for them to get a lock on it.
Right.
These guys use.
you gotta
the-
call the fire department.
I call them. Listen, it's.
I don't know. They've said that it's the water board, the water people that you're supposed to call. I don't know who it is, but
That's DEP then.
Well,
yes, I think
well,
it is.
I've reported a few hydrants this summer.
Yeah.
I used to put in 311 app. They seem like they go out and fix it. Once
They do.
Yeah,
They
they
do.
do
I've done it.
pretty
too.
No, they don't, because
Okay.
that hydrant, I called Councilman Riley about it, and they said they was going to get some department come out and put locks at, and that's hydrant run all day, full.
Mm.
Full. The water
Okay.
is running full.
We're
If you have a
here,
fire in that area, forget it.
we're here and we're live, and we also have Galaxy time.
Right.
Galaxy time.
100%. Yeah. Also, but the snow is also a big issue.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Ridiculous.
that is a sanitation issue.
Yeah.
I definitely think that we should bring in you should
Sanitation.
definitely bring in Royal Coach and speak to them about
The owner,
clearing that
The
stuff
owner,
up.
not
Yeah, the owner.
Yeah.
The
not the
property owner.
lessee.
No,
The property
not the
owner. I'm
lessee,
sorry,
yes.
sir.
But it's
The
still-
property owner. Yes.
And speaking to them about making sure that area is properly maintained. Because that is dangerous.
So this is the
Board office.
committee that's dealing with sanitation?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to retire, so I'm gonna try to get a little bit more involved because it's just,
Actually, we should.
it is just gotten.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Oh, no, he's been begging me to get on the board, but
Oh.
my sister was really ill, so I had to really
Sorry to
Oh,
hear
I'm
that.
so
I'm so
sorry.
sorry.
focus on that. But I appreciate you guys listening to me complain.
You are
We
always
appreciate you being,
welcome.
that's what we're
Thank
here
you.
for.
Yeah, so you're gonna email Jeremy tomorrow about
Was the
getting-
secretary?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm writing the notes.
She-
Yes,
Yes.
very
Right,
nice.
He is.
Yes, that's what I was asking you for your card.
I was looking up for you, what you're talking about.
So
Can you give
Roger,
me your name?
make a
Spell
note
it. Can
of
I
this.
write it?
Okay.
Make a note of the speed bump for Erin Avenue. And those mechanics working before Auto Zone on the bus stop all the way up on Boston Road.
Because that part of it would be sanitation for all the oil runoff.
Yes,
That's not-
it is. There are a lot of oil in the road.
So for the speed bump, I know you said did you do a request with DOT?
We're sending a petition. She
Uh-huh.
also signed it.
Okay,
We're sending a petition, and what happened, they came back and said they don't think we needed it. I do another petition and send it in, and they said they was looking at. I called this week and spoke to that girl, his secretary or whatever they call her, and she tell me that they turn it down again. If you come on that block and sit there in the day and see the speed they are going down on that block, there is no if DOT send
Thank
somebody
you.
there, they must
Just
see
take instead of
that
right
they
there,
need
just
speed
take
bump
this
on that
100%.
street.
We should definitely send that over to the transportation committee.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's just so much stuff that has to get done. You said send that over to the transportation committee and probably do like a site survey or some type of stuff. I don't know.
I'm there most
It's
of
just
the
so
time,
yeah.
so
We just have
I can relate that I'm there
yeah.
in the area most of the time.
Yeah, well, like I said, the cars from the auto shop, I will say that the 4-9 will come and give them a ticket,
Yes.
and then you're able to actually have the cars towed. But that car repair place,
We have a lot of abandoned cars in,
a
about
lot of
four of
abandoned
them.
cars.
4 of them are come.
And we've had, I think we've had 4 3-family houses built on that block. And we have people, of course, who have multiple cars in their families, and
They can't
so
get in the car.
parking is really becoming
Yes, I
an
said.
So
issue.
what's your okay, Royal Coach, but you will say the area you're talking about is Heron Avenue.
Herring, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the general vicinity of Boston and Gun Hill Road is just, and Yates. It
Yes,
has
it
just
is.
deteriorated to such a point that it's
Everybody doing repair.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just
Yeah,
Never
by the
been like
end of
that.
the lights and Yates, right there by the lights, you have the car going and the washing and fixing.
Then the other problem is, I think they need a filter on the light there. I don't know if you.
That's what Roger was talking about with the washing, because some is just open wide
Yes.
and it's just
yeah, I would say one other concern that I have is really the drainage at the end of the street.
At Burke.
Yes, at Gun Hill, Herring Avenue and Burke Avenue.
And Burke, yeah.
Sometimes there is so much refuse. I think that really we need a garbage can. There need to be more garbage cans on Burke Avenue, because these are serious residential areas, and all of this trash accumulates on the grate over the, where the sewer is supposed to
Right,
go.
right.
And I imagine that it must be a lot for the person who owns that house that's right on the corner
Yes.
of Burke
Yeah.
and,
And he tried, that person
Herrick.
tried.
because sometimes that grate is just,
Covered.
yeah. And I'm very concerned with all the rain that we're getting,
Yeah, it
that we
could
don't
back
get
up.
floods backing up.
Yeah,
Because I've already, I mean, I was away in Boston with my daughter in school, and I had I'd say, 2 or 3 feet of water in my basement. So I am really not trying to have a repeat of that. So if we could
yeah.
focus on garbage cans so that the garbage doesn't accumulate at the grates,
I agree.
that would be very helpful.
I think what we can do, because I'm
Why
also,
did they take
I'm
them
also
away
doing
in the
this,
beginning?
well, I'm also doing this at work. We do have an influx of population. That's for sure. The more housing being built, bigger
Oh, yes,
buildings,
yes.
it's a lot of garbage. We have to get on the city council
Congested.
to give funding to get bigger containerization bins be placed in certain places strategically.
Yeah, well, they do have one at Burke and you know where the cleaner is.
Okay, that
Right.
Yates,
In front
Yates.
of the I
Burke
think
and
there's like
Yates?
a mosque or something over in that area. I see that
Yates.
they have. No. This is going towards taking Burke Avenue almost before you get to Gun Hill Road. They do have a garbage can there because I walk my
Okay, I know what
daughter's
you're
dog.
talking. Okay.
And so there is a garbage receptacle.
Maybe by Given.
Right, maybe by Given, but we need
Yes.
many more receptacles,
Right.
because I think that if there's a receptacle, then that takes away all the excuse, right? I mean,
100%.
people do have like garbage bags attached to their fence, hoping that people will use
What
the
do you
garbage
use it
can.
there?
Right.
But I
You know.
think that we do need more recycling, more receptacles on the sidewalks at some of the corners so that people can.
That's
really
that's
throw away
another
their
sector.
garbage.
Yeah.
Makes me when I'm driving off to stop, pay attention more.
Yeah, because I mean they have like the city bin program, the city bins, which are and you can like make them look nice. They look nicer than
Yeah.
other things.
I think we should think about like promoting some sort of program or initiative of some sort where homeowners can come out one day and just like clean up, right?
Yes, a lot of communities have that. I know the borough
Yes.
president has a cleanup.
Like a
cleanup
day, right, where everybody's just like homeowners, people, whatever, volunteers,
Do you
just
think
cleaning up.
these homeowners really get involved? Some of them have to. It's
Some of
like
them not living
sometimes
there.
sanitation come to
Yeah,
clean the
some of them
streets,
just
some of
like
them
it,
don't.
some like
People don't even want to move their cars. And when they don't get clean, you would think the homeowners will come out and sweep, and you gotta wonder. And they tell you straight up, it's sanitation,
Yeah.
but
Well, I think that we're pretty much blessed on our block. We have a few homeowners who are absent, and so they have city FEP, Section 8
Yeah, and the
tenants
place is
that are
not that
not
clean.
always as attentive as they could be. But for the most part, because there is no alternate side of the street parking, I do think that a lot of the homeowners, are trying to be a little bit more conscientious. But it's where you have these commercial strips, right? It's where the
Mhm.
Royal Coach Diner is responsible. That those areas, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes it's
Anywhere
really
where there's
embarrassing.
commercial stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
It's
gonna be a
actually
mess.
embarrassing.
For
I mean,
sure.
but our block is residential, but
Right.
because it's right there,
Here, yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to
Crazy.
complain.
No,
All
No,
the
that's-
good things,
no,
the
keep
good
complaining.
things, yeah.
It's a problem, so somebody has to say something about it, yeah.
Yes.
okay, Roger, we know we have gallery session.
Go to the
We
gallery?
have- Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Thank
out
you.
of here before I think of something else.
We have so much complaints. You can always remember something as thank you for coming. I will be following up. Yes, we get the information.
And my email.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your service.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful thing. that
Thank
people
you.
Care about.
Thank you.
where
Hope
they
to
live.
see you more and more.
Yes, I'm going to try.
Please.
Love it. Love it.
Great to meet you.
Good
All
night.
right, have a good one.
Okay.
You wanna go to the gallery?
Yes, we're gonna go to a gallery. We have Diana Finch
Tiara, CB.
and
I think that's Roxanne Delgado.
CBHSP.
Yeah, that's Roxanne. I saw the
I
name.
try to.
Does anybody have their hands up?
No one have
There
their
are no
hands up,
hands.
but we will open up to if anyone has anything that they want to chime in with us. Nothing you gotta do.
Nothing? It's yours.
Going once, twice?
That's it.
No gallery? Okay, cool.
Once, twice. It's closed.
Okay, I'm surprised. Okay, so it seems like everything going good tonight.
I'm sorry, is this the gallery sessions?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not able to hear where I'm at, but I came to bring up something. In June of this year, Sanitation Committee held a alternate side parking public hearing within their committee hearing, which is unusual, and it was poorly attended. I think there was only 4 members who attended that meeting, all were committee members or members of the Community Board 11. And that's against the city charter, where in the city charter, when you hold a public hearing, you have to provide ample notification as to the meeting, location, topic. And then afterwards, I was looking at trying to find minutes. There was no minutes, but I was trying to find out what was the follow-up. What did the Department of Sanitation, did the alternate side parking request made by those 4 board members, whether it was addition or restriction, whatever their request was. So my statement is to make it to the point is that when whatever committee holds a public hearing, it must be done separate of the committee meeting. It cannot be done as a part of the committee hearing. Second, there has to be ample public notification to the public that this public hearing is being held, not just the board members attending, requesting things that perhaps the public may not agree with, or have had no input on those topics. And lastly, that they have to have a follow-up. I have no idea what was the outcome of that public hearing, where the sanitation did abide by those requests or not. So my 3 concerns are public hearing not held in a proper manner or process. Second, lack of public
30
notification.
seconds.
And third, no follow-up. And instead of concerned my time, you should be concerned about these issues not following the procedure or process. This is very concerning. Even with the OCM, there was no public hearing, unlike CB11 that held a public hearing and had public notification. This is a constant behavior from Community 11 that needs to really end. It's a disservice to the community.
That's time. Thank you.
Yeah, but you see, you have no concern. You're so busy trying to shut me down.
I don't recall there being a public hearing at the last sanitation meeting.
No.
It was, I think we suggested it in April.
April?
We suggested it, but we didn't have
It
one.
didn't have it. Okay.
We didn't have one.
Right.
And in May, we said that for the June meeting, we were gonna talk about also side street parking.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So
there was no
April-
town hall.
There was no town hall, no.
Okay.
We had a great meeting the last
On
meeting.
your agenda, it says public hearing. Look at your own June 20.
Thank you.
You keep muting me, but you're posting the.
Your time is up.
If you
Look
do it
at your
again,
June
I'll have to kick
agenda.
you out.
It says public hearing. Read your own agenda. Just read. Reading is fundamental.
Was there anybody else?
Wow.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah. If you guys have a public hearing, I don't know. I don't think
No,
you guys did.
there was
we
no
didn't have
public
it.
hearing, no.
Okay. All right.
There
Cool.
was none. I don't know where
We
she
said
get
it would have
from.
been a good idea,
Yes,
Right.
but we didn't have
Right.
one.
so I don't know where she get that from.
Okay. All right. So are you guys gonna have a public hearing for the next meeting? Is that something that's
Well, we'll work on that. What you think?
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Any
Okay,
other
so-
gallery session? Diana, Tiara?
What?
Diana?
She's muted. Yeah, Diana is muted.
No, sorry, I'm outside watering our plants and wearing playgrounds. So
Okay, okay.
I
All
don't
right,
have
thank you so
anything
much.
to add tonight, but thanks.
Okay,
All right,
thank
thank
you.
you. And Tiara?
Yeah, she's muted also.
So
Thank
nothing
you.
that- Okay, thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you so much.
All right.
You guys any motions? You guys have to vote in your minutes or anything like that?
No,
No? Okay, cool. All right. Old business, new
No
business.
business.
No, no new business, no.
All right, cool. Well, you guys you can end it.
meeting adjourned
Yes,
at
yes.
7:45.
Yes.
7:45. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.